Welcome to Joyful Jen Yoga. This practice is designed for gymnasts. Now, that could also mean that if you just want to stretch and strengthen your body and work on balance, this is also a perfect practice for you. So don't be deterred just because it says that it's for gymnasts. It could be for anybody who is looking for the same strength, stretch, and balance that our gymnasts are looking for. All right, so we'll start standing at the top of the mat. Coming to the top of the mat, just pause for a moment. Let your arms reach out at your side in Tadasana or standing mountain pose. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Feel that tall spine. And then just start to rock back into your heels. Rock forward into your toes, rock to the left, rock to the right, and just kind of feel almost like a circular motion moving around your feet, feeling where balance is showing up, maybe where it's not. If you're circling in one direction, circle in the other. And then pause, feel yourself rooted with all four corners of your feet pressing down into the earth. Continue to lift up through the crown of your head. Actively draw your ribs down as you lift your chest up, opening through your heart. And then inhale, reach arms up. On exhale, fold forward. Let those knees be soft to start out. Inhale, hands slide up to your shins, lengthen your spine, and fold it in. Take your hands down to the earth. Step your left foot back behind you with the fingertips on the ground. Look slightly forward. And then straighten out through your right leg. Your toes could come into your shin. Rebend into your right knee. Hands plant. Step that right foot back, holding in plank. Take an inhale. On exhale, bend your knees. Shift your hips up and back. Find downward facing dog. Take a moment to bend one knee and then the other. Ribs continue to pull up towards your hips, really activating through your center. Left leg sweeps up. Left foot steps forward. Fingertips on the earth, lift your heart. And then straighten out that left leg. You could pull the toes into your shin. Rebend into your left knee, look forward and step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine, draw shoulder blades down your back, and exhale, fold it in. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead, and hands come to heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Touch down, right foot steps back, right hand stays on the earth, left arm reaches up to the sky. Taking your left hand to the inside of your left foot, walk down the long side of your mat, coming into a low lateral lunge. We call this Skandasana. And you can go and shift side to side, opening up through your inner thighs, through your groin, noticing how that feels today. And then arrive back into that lunge shape, hands on the ground. Step back to high plank. Crown of your head reaches forward, pressing the earth away, ribs to hips. And bend your knees, shift up and back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up and back. Right foot steps forward, left hand stays planted, right arm reaches up and we twist. Full inhale, exhale, right hand down. Walk down the long side of your mat to your left foot. And again, those low lateral lunges. Waking up the body. And then coming back into that lunge, hands around the right foot, look forward, big step to the top of your space. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Walk your feet as wide as the mat. Let your toes turn out. We'll bring hands to heart, coming into Malasana, our yogic squat. When you arrive there, start to stretch your arms up and imagine you are climbing a ladder here, reaching up through one side and then the next. And then stretching arms forward. Release your bum down to the ground. Hug your knees into your chest. Keep the thighs close in, and we'll start to rock a little forward and back on our spine. And then when you gather enough momentum, land your feet, come up into a chair pose. Hips back, arms reach, knees deeply bent. Inhale, lift up tall, straighten legs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Hands plant. Step back to high plank. Shift forward. Squeeze your elbows in at your sides, lower halfway. Inhale, pull your heart forward into an up dog or cobra. Shift all the way up and back to downward facing dog. Right foot reaches up. We could open and stack that right hip, bending the right knee. And then straighten out that right leg, take an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, step that foot forward. Let your left heel pivot so that your toes face slightly forward. Inhale, arms up into warrior one. We'll keep energizing that right hip back, left hip forward, connected into your center. Take a breath in. And on exhale, sweep your arms back behind you, interlace fingers. Lift up through your chest, open across your hearts, and then draw your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Try to keep that right hip pulling back, left hip drawing forward. Inhale lifts you all the way up. Arms stretch up. Hands come down. Straighten out the right leg and shift the left foot so the toes draw even farther forward, coming into a pyramid shape. Lengthening your spine and folding over that front leg. Bending, softening into your right knee, crawling your hands forward, left leg reaches up into a standing split, straightening out through your knee. Full inhale, exhale, left knee draws into your chest, land that left foot, inhale, lengthen spine, exhale, fold it in. So feet are closer together this time. We're gonna reach our arms forward and drop our bum down, hovering off the ground, and then lower. Rock all the way up into our boat pose. Arms can stretch up. We could reach arms up, legs could straighten. And then we'll rock all the way back. Get that momentum, so it might mean rocking several times. And then we'll land our feet. Come right back up into chair pose. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale for length. Exhale to step back to high plank. Shift forward, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, heart draws forward, up dog. Exhale, over toes, down dog. Steady breath moves in and out through the nose. Let your breath be a space to focus. Left leg reaches up, open and stack that left hip. You could bend the knee. And then inhale, straighten out. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, stretch the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, stretch it on up. Think knee to nose, step that left foot forward. Right heel pivots down, toes are at a slight diagonal. Inhale, coming up into warrior one. Breathing in your warrior one. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Ribs continue to draw down. Arms sweep back behind you. We interlace the funny feeling way. Lift your heart, lift your chest. And then start to shift so that your left shoulder's to the inside of your left knee. Bowing forward, getting a nice stretch through your shoulders. And inhale, work your way back up. Arms stretch up. And then we'll straighten out the left leg. Hop the right foot in slightly, coming into pyramid pose. Lengthen spine, and then fold. Full breath in. Full breath out. Soften into that left knee. Crawl your hands forward. Float the right leg up. Standing split. And hug the right knee in. Release the right foot down. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms sweep on up. Exhale, hands to heart. Root down through your right foot. Spread your toes and hug your left knee into your chest. Take your right hand to your hip. Circle that left knee out and back. We'll bend our right leg as we land the left foot in our warrior two shape. Flip the right palm, reach it up and back, reversing your warrior, getting a nice opening through right side body. Inhale up to warrior two. Right elbow, right thigh, left arm sweeps up and over. Inhale all the way back up to warrior two. Hop your left foot in slightly. Left hand to your hip. Right hand comes down. We'll come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon shape. Left toes pull into your shin. Left arm could reach up to the sky. Your belly button and hip are faced to the left side of your mat. You could gaze down, or if you want to challenge balance, you might look up. If you'd really like a challenge, you could bend that left knee and reach back for your foot. Open heart, open chest, little back bend. And then gently release it. Step all the way back to warrior two. Hands to heart, look forward. Big old step to the top of your space. Take one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Notice your breath. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. Nice, steady, mindful breathing. And then as you feel ready, release hands down. Root into that left foot, toes spread. Hug your right knee into your chest. Left hand comes to your left hip. Circling the right leg back. Start to bend into your left knee, and as lightly as possible, we land in our warrior two. Adjusting your feet when you arrive. Flip your left palm, reach it up and back. Keep that bend in your left knee as you reverse your warrior. Inhale up through center. Left elbow, left thigh, right arm stretches on up. Inhale all the way up to warrior two. Hopping your right foot in slightly, right hand to your hip. Left hand touches down, and we float up into our half moon. Right arm reaches, right toes pull in. Staying here, maybe looking up to challenge balance. Or if you'd like, you could bend your right knee. Or if you'd like, you could bend your right knee and see if you could take a hold of your foot. And then press that foot slightly into your hand to open up through your quad, your shoulder, your chest. And then gently release anything you've lifted. Return back into warrior two. Hands come to heart, look forward. Big step to the top of your space. And just take a moment to shake it on out. Take another step out to the side. I don't care which way you face. I'm just going to face the camera so you can see me, and I'll mirror you here. So we'll take our hands to our hips, keeping the outsides of our feet parallel to the short sides of the mat. Lift your heart, lift your chest. Draw your elbows back behind you. So we're looking for a big opening across your chest, opening through your shoulders, full inhale, and exhale, fold in. Take an inhale here, and then slide your hands, maybe your little peace fingers, your middle and index finger, wrap around your big toe. Let your head hang heavy. Watch that your shoulders don't come by your ears. Keep pulling them up and away. Breathing here. On your next breath in, release your hands, lengthen your spine. And then mindful here, especially if you tend toward hypermobility, I want you to really think about staying strong through your hips and your inner thighs. We'll start to slide our feet apart. So it looks like we're coming into middle splits or a straddle. You might rest your forearms on the ground. If this is easy for you, if you could like pancake down to the ground, can you consciously lift away? Strength with our flexibility. And then walking your hands in, we'll start to heel toe or hop our feet back into that wide-legged forward fold. Listen carefully. Right hand will come right underneath your nose. Left arm will stretch up to the sky, twisting. And as you twist, try to pull your right hip back. Keep this. Look towards the left. Reach your left hand out. Bend into your left knee and kick your right leg forward. We'll take the left foot over the right thigh. Hug that knee in and come into a twist. Stay energized through your right foot. Looking forward, arms reach all the way up and around, and we'll see if we can step the right foot back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold into your forward fold. Inhale for length, left hand under your nose, right arm stretches up. Twisting here, left hip keeps pulling back and away. Right arm reaches to the side, step the left foot back behind you. If you can slide it right in so the right foot's already to the outside of the thigh. Hug that knee in, take your right hand back behind you. Lengthen your spine and gently twist. Look forward, arms reach all the way back around, press into the earth, and step your left foot back. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, soft knees. Inhale, arms reach all the way up, hands to heart. Big step back to the top of your space. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Lengthen spine. Step that left foot back. Stay on the ball of that back foot and inhale, come up into a crescent lunge. Keep pulling your right hip back, left hip forward, take an inhale. Exhale, sweep your arms back, pull your chest forward, and we'll balance in a version of Warrior 3. Left toes pull into your shin. Take an inhale. And exhale, step it on back, arms reach up. Hands come down, let that left knee lower. Straighten out through the right leg, toes pull in. Lengthen spine and then exhale, fold. We call this our hamstring stretch or Ardha Chandrasana, which is basically a half split shape. Staying here or starting to wiggle the right leg forward, left leg back, working your way into your version of full splits. If you are comfortable in your splits, you might stretch your arms up to the sky, kind of celebrating this shape, this opening. If you're feeling really open, you could always bend the back knee, reach back, catch the left foot with your left elbow. You might even find a bind here. And then we'll release. Start to press into your hands. Tuck the back toes. Lift that right leg all the way up and back. Right leg stretches up to the sky. Soften your left knee. And you can just start to take a few little hops, little plays in your handstand. Maybe a few little switch kicks. Allow there to be any sort of pause or hold or play that you'd like here. And then we'll arrive back in down dog. Let's all take a full breath in through the nose. And a big out the mouth. Look forward, step or float to the top of your space. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold it in. Inhale, arms sweep up and hands come to hearts. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold it forward. Lengthen your spine. Step back with your right foot. Stay on the ball foot. Inhale, come up into your crescent. Arms stretch up. Opening through the front of the right thigh. Strong energy lifts you away from the ground instead of sinking into the earth. Full breath in. Exhale, sweep your arms back. Hover your chest forward and play with floating that right leg up and back. Keeping your hips square. Ribs pulling towards your hips for balance. And then stepping it back. Inhale. Exhale, hands touch down. Right knee lowers down and we straighten out through the left leg. Full breath in and fold. Steady breath in and out through your nose, staying here, especially if you feel a lot of sensation, or starting to wiggle the left leg forward. There's no celebrating for me on this side, but I will tell you that this left split of mine has always been a challenge, and it's getting better and better, which is kind of fun. Playing with any of the variations you worked with on the other side. Another breath in. And out. Start to pull that left heel in, tuck the right toes, and then lift all the way up into a three-legged dog, left leg up. And then start to bend into your right knee. You can hop the right foot in a little, and just keeping your hips square, playing with some handstand work, whatever that looks like. If you tend in your handstands to just be really, really, really archy and kind of depend on the arch, maybe you consciously don't let your leg go forward and you work on more of a both legs straight up to the sky type of a handstand. Couple more breaths, just playing. You might even bring both feet together and kind of come into little tucks or some pikes. Whatever would make you happy. We'll take another breath. Return to our downward facing dog. Let the knees lower down and come into our child's pose. You can stretch your arms back behind you. Big toes are together. Hips reach towards your heels. Knees are as close together or as far apart as feels good. Gently lift up, bring our arms forward and slither down onto our belly. Elbows underneath shoulders, pull your heart forward. Staying here, coming into a little quad stretch. So you could take your left arm so it's parallel to the top edge of the mat. Bend your right knee and see if you could reach back. You might take your hands and flip your palms so your fingertips face forward. Your right heel comes to the outside of your right hip. Maybe some of you, it touches the ground. We're just looking for a quad stretch here. Also, there's an inevitable shoulder stretch. And then gently release. Come back to your Sphinx pose, kind of reset. Right forearm parallel to the top of the mat. Reaching back for your left foot. Flipping the palm, fingertips forward. Elbow presses straight up to the sky. And we work that heel to the outside of our hip. Watch that you're not sinking into that right shoulder. Keep lifting up and away. And then gently release that. Let your hands come underneath your forehead, and we'll take 5 steady, restful breaths. Allowing yourself to breathe in and out through your nose. Steady inhale, steady exhale. And then bending into your knees, reach back, catch the outsides of your ankles, and we'll pull our heart up toward the sky, press your feet into your hands, and come into our bow pose. Full inhale, and exhale, gently release that. If you'd like, you could bend your knees and just windshield wiper your feet side to side. And then we'll release that as well. Hands in line with your chest, lifting up to all fours. When you arrive in all fours, crawl your fingertips forward. Keep your hips over your knees, and then we'll melt our heart down into puppy pose. A nice little stretch for our shoulders. Crawling hands back up, reaching your left arm up and out to the side, and then sliding your left arm underneath your right. Coming into a shoulder stretch for the outer left shoulder. You could keep your right hand pressing, kind of rolling slightly onto your left side. There's way more weight in your shoulder than your head. You could easily pick your head up here. You could even take your right hand, interlace it in the left, and kind of pull towards the right a little bit. You could also play with all sorts of balance here, because why not? Maybe right arm reaches up, maybe right leg reaches up. You might even reach back and catch your foot. Whatever makes sense in your body. And then gently release down. We'll come on up when you arrive on all fours. Inhale, pull your heart forward. Exhale, round in a little cat-cow to neutralize, and we'll switch sides. Right arm will reach up and out to the side, and then we'll slide the right arm underneath the left. You could crawl the left hand forward. You could take the left hand into your right, really working into that outer right shoulder. You might notice here one side feels very different than the other. Left leg could lift back. Left arm could stretch up. Could bend into the left knee maybe and reach for the foot. And then gently release that down. Hands underneath the shoulders. And then we'll slide down into a seat, so you can kind of just shift your feet back behind you. We'll bring feet together, let knees separate. Take a breath in, lengthen spine, and then walk your body forward. Try to stay elongated through your spine. Inhale, walk it back up. You might notice your breath has slowed down a little bit. Your heart rate might have lowered a bit here, and I'll face you again. We'll take our left leg out to the side, right foot to the inner left thigh. We'll slide our left arm down our left leg. Right arm will reach up, up, and over. Big side bend here for right side. Maybe you take your left hand to the instep of your left foot. Your right hand could reach down for your toes. You could spin your heart to a little picture frame shape. Inhale, come all the way back up. We'll slide our right leg out to the side. Left foot comes to your inner right thigh, and we'll work on this side. Maybe right hand to the instep, maybe left hand to your big toe. What I want you to really think about here is your heart kind of spinning toward the sky instead of collapsing here. So we're really looking for that side body stretch. Inhale, come all the way up. And then we'll send both feet out in front of us. And then lower all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest. Pause for a moment. Pressing your feet down to the ground. Slide your hands down by your sides. And then start to lift one shoulder blade under your body and then the other. And then pressing into your feet. You might work your hands to your heels, coming into a yoga bridge pose. Evenly pressing hips up to the sky, a little squeeze of your glutes. And then gently release your body back down. Stretch your arms up overhead and then work your hands right underneath your shoulders. Press into your feet, press into your hands, and we'll come up into what we call wheel in yoga. Full inhale, and exhale, lower back down. Arms just stretch out to the side, feet as wide as the mat, knees knock in towards center. And then bringing your feet together, let your knees separate, resting your hands on your belly. Notice what your breath feels like again. Breathing in and out through the nose. Can you use your breath to calm your mind and calm your body? Slide your hands to the outsides of your thighs. Help your knees back up. We'll find our way into a happy baby. So you could take your peace fingers around your big toes, reach for the outsides of your feet. You could even rock a little side to side if you'd like. And then we'll make our way all the way down into our rest pose, Shavasana. And when you arrive there, let your eyes close or be soft. Let your body feel really heavy here. And we'll start to bring our mind back focused on our breath. We'll start a little counting meditation. Inhale 1, exhale 1. Inhale 2, exhale 2. Inhale 3, exhale 3. Keep that count going in your mind to give your mind something to focus on. Counting your inhales and your exhales, trying to keep your mind focused right here, right now. Notice what number you've made it up to, or notice if your mind wandered somewhere else. It's all perfectly fine. It's a practice. It's work. We'll start to wiggle through fingers and toes, and then stretching arms all the way up overhead. Let's take a full body breath in, and a big sigh. Hug knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Roll to one side. Pause there a moment, and just think of someone in your life you're really grateful for. Hold them in your heart. Using your hands, we'll guide our way up into a seated pose. You can cross your legs, whatever is comfortable. Arms stretch all the way up. Hands come down to heart center. Bowing forehead to fingertips in gratitude. I wish you abundant joy. Be well.